Hello everyone, I just wanted to share what is in my OT toolbox. And so the first item that I have is sandpaper with cinnamon sticks or chalk. And you can use this to write letters, draw shapes, and it gives a lot of feedback to the hands and the vibrations that are created when you're writing. Also, there's a sensory aspect because you can smell the cinnamon sticks, and touching that sandpaper can be an issue with a child with tactile defensiveness. The second item I have is Connect 4. And Connect 4 can be bought in different sizes, which is what I really love about it, because you can grade it based on what size pieces that you have. And so you can do a lot of fine motor tasks and in-hand manipulation of the pieces to make sure that they can grasp that item and turn the circle around to be able to place it in the slot. Third item I have are golf tees and a hammer, and it's a very fun activity. You use it with pumpkins, watermelon, squash, any kind of hard fruit where a child can tap the golf tee in and pull them out. And it's great for fine motor, hand strengthening skills. You have to use motor coordination and bilateral hand use to be able to hold that tee and tap it in. So it's a fun activity, pretty different. The next one that I like in my OT toolbox is the scooter with the frogs. Kids seem to love the scooter, and it's a great way to build strength, upper body strength, and work on that gross motor. And there's cognitive aspects to it, to collecting the frogs, the different colors, and putting them on the right colored lily pads. Mat Man is the next item in my toolbox. Mat Man is really fun for the kids. It comes with a song that teaches you how to put Mat Man together. And it's great to get the kids thinking and learning about representational drawing. And drawing themselves and drawing others and making sure that they're drawing the right body parts on the correct spaces. So Mat Man is a very fun activity. And there's a lot of fine motor use as well, because you have to be able to pick up the sticks used in Mat Man and place them where they need to go. The next activity I have in my toolbox that I think is important is shaving cream, and that's definitely a sensory activity. And we used it to draw shapes, write names on any kind of erasable or easy to clean up object. So love the shaving cream. Next activity I have is Theraputty, and I know that's a classic, but we put toys in it and have the kids use it to find the toys in the Theraputty, hide toys in the Theraputty. Great fine motor, hand strengthening activity. The next item I had are finger poppers, and I don't know if that's the technical name, but that's what I call them. And it's finger poppers with a basket, and it's great for digital isolation, to be able to isolate that index finger, and it's great for strengthen that finger to get them to pop that finger popper in the basket. And it takes a lot of coordination to be able to get the little toy in the basket. The next item I have in my toolbox is a kaleidoscope, and I think those are great because there are kids who do not show hand dominance very early on. So this is a great tool to see which way the child is kind of leaning. So if the child typically holds it up to the right eye, they might be right hand dominant. Or same thing with the ball. If they kick with the left side mostly, then they might be left hand dominant. So I think it's just a great tool to have to give you some kind of idea. It's not guaranteed, but I think it's a good tool to have. And you can also work on fine motor because you have to manipulate the little knob or turn the kaleidoscope to make the colors and the shapes turn. The next item I have are broken crayons and short pencils. And I've learned the importance of having those because it's harder to have an immature grasp on a shortened tool. So breaking up crayons and carrying shortened pencils when coloring or writing or any of those activities help because you can really see the pincer grasp or whatever grasp they're supposed to be displaying for their age group. And you could also work with it to do a lot of cognitive tasks. So I think those are a great tool to have. And then the last one is rice in a jar or in a plastic bottle. I think this is a great activity to for people with visual disabilities or visual issues so that they can look through the jar and find the objects that you're talking about. There's also the auditory aspect of moving that rice around in that jar, making the noise to find the object. You can put it in something plastic as long as it's clear, it can do the same thing. Or another way to do this is putting beads in a plastic bottle and, giving that to a child. They can shake that up and look at the beads and make a lot of noise with it. So I hope you've enjoyed what's in my toolbox, and I look forward to seeing what other ideas you all have.